I did see I've been talking about this Superman movie and my desire to see the Superman movie. I don't know if I want to see it anymore. Some of the reviews are coming in, and most have been very, very positive. But one, and this is a reviewer that I really, really trust, not great. Not great reviews from one of the really trusted sources behind cinema. And that, of course, is the one and only Mike Francesa. He's part of the Green Screen Podcast Network. And, yeah, Mike Francesa, former host of WFAN, legendary sports jock here in New York City, somebody that we keep close tabs on all the time, did indeed post a lengthy review of the new Superman movie, of James Gunn's new Superman movie, which it seems like, as I'm talking to people seem to enjoy it. I would have seen it this weekend had I not been away on business. Maybe I'll see it later this week or this weekend, but maybe not, because listen to what Mike Francesa had to say about this new Superman movie.
What I'm getting into is this stunk as for someone who's a old-time TV show Superman guy trying to get entertained for a couple hours and wants to see Superman. This movie was pure torture to sit through. Torture. I mean, I'll tell you this. If my name was on the credits, I'd hide it. That's how bad it was. This was 2 hours of this new Superman. It was he wasn't Christopher Reeves, but he was okay Superman. 2 hours of him getting the crap beat out of him. Who wants to see Superman get beat up for 2 hours? He's getting beat up by everybody. Plus, you have other superheroes in the movie. I didn't go there to see some guy named Mr. Terrific. I didn't go there to see the Green Lantern or some lady named Hawk something or other. I don't even know who she was. Okay, these other superheroes who he calls on.
You pause for a second. I think, is it possible Superman might have gone over Mike's head? He seems to not know who the other superheroes are. Also, I think he's portraying himself as a Superman fan, although he just watched the George Reeves TV show. I don't think he's familiar at all with the comics or anything else like that. He just expects a movie to be made specifically for him. I mean, he just walks through life miserably.
What makes this guy happy?
I mean, I have no idea. His snowblower. If I remember correctly, he loves his snowblower. He hates in the winter when it doesn't snow. He loves his snowblower. I think at this point he doesn't like sports anymore. He's clearly disappointed by the Superman movie because, I don't know, Superman got beat up and there are other superheroes sharing the screen with Superman. But listen, I haven't seen the movie. Maybe he's right. Maybe he said it was torturous. And he's just trying to get entertained for 2 hours. I mean, let's listen to a little more.
The superheroes. This is a Superman movie. You want to see Superman flirt with Lois Lane, keep his disguise, and battle crime. That's what you want to see.
Oh.
And good triumph over evil. That's Superman. A little tongue-in-cheek, a little cartoonish, a little campy. Okay, this was unmitigated garbage. First of all, early on, there's robots. I don't want robots. Okay, I don't want robots taking care of Superman. I don't. Then there's a super dog. Who came up with a super dog? I mean, we all like dogs, okay? And I didn't like the dog getting beat on in the movie. It bothered me. But, hey, who came up with a dog with a cape? When did that arrive? I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape.
See what I mean? Everything is fixated on this George Reeves show. Superman has had a dog for a long time. There's been a super dog for a long time. They didn't make that up for the movie. Who's got a super dog? Whose idea was it to put a cape on a dog? He's just mad at anybody named Dog. He doesn't like Super Dog. He doesn't like Mad Dog. He doesn't like anybody. Any dogs. It's triggering to him, I think. I just love that it's like, if it's not the George Reeves show, if it's not the television show from the 1950s, it stinks. All this other stuff that I do believe is grounded in Superman lore is, as he put it, unmitigated garbage. I mean, I couldn't. It's one. If you don't like the movie, I get. But his example. First of all, to not like it on this level is a lot. And second of all, what's your reasoning? Well, there's a super dog and also robots. I can't stand robots.
He's a Superman purist.
Is he?
Apparently.
He didn't know about the super dog. I forget what super dog's name is, but super dog. I mean, it's super dog is established.
Was it in the TV show?
I don't think it was in the George Reeves TV show. No, I don't. I think this was more
Crypto
the dog. See how easy that was to find? There's probably a lot of examples of it, isn't there?
Maybe he didn't use Google afterward.
I would guess he's probably has a little trouble with. I don't think he's a technology guy.
No.
You know, I think he probably has a couple producers helping him with the pod. I mean, listen to him.
I never saw robots. And in this movie, Superman's in trouble. Lex Luthor's getting the best of him. Everybody in the movie is beating the heck out of him. I thought Jimmy Olsen was going to take a shot at him. I thought Lois Lane was going to throw him out a window. I mean, he got beat up by everybody. He got the absolute bejesus. If you want to go see Superman get beat up for 2 hours, he got beat up for 2 hours. This is Superman.
Oh.
And this had nothing to do with Superman.
It did not have anything to do with. I mean, I got to see this now. And nothing to do with Superman. I just love an old man furious that he watched Superman get beat up. Like, who wants to see Superman get beat up? We want to see him win. He's on the side of good.
I mean, it's Superman. You don't want to see him get his ass kicked?
Well, aren't you supposed to see the good guy get his ass kicked so that way he can come back? Like, isn't it supposed to be like, okay, we start. If it's just Superman beating bad guys for 2 hours, doesn't it get a little monotonous?
Not for Mike.
I guess George Reeves never got his ass kicked. He never got the bejesus beaten out of him.
He just went in there and just kicked ass.
Weren't you wondering what he was going to say? Because he wasn't going to say getting the shit beat out of him. So I was wondering what word he was going to use. The fact that he landed on bejesus is the most Francesa thing I've ever heard.
That's funny.
I mean, he's passionate about this. He's pissed. And he doesn't like the robots. Let's hear a little more.
Heroes. It had to do with a war in the Middle East. It had to do with a crazy Lex Luthor. And in the end, Lois Lane is trying to save him by going into the inner earth and a different layer of being with Mr. Terrific, whoever the hell he is. And she is driving a spaceship off the Daily Planet. Now, wait a second. Lois Lane's supposed to be falling off a building and being caught.
Okay, he wants one story.
Superman.
There's one story. First of all, there's two things going on here. First of all, he only wants that one story. Lois Lane falls off the building and Superman catches her. Secondly, there is a big women in the kitchen vibe going on here that he clearly does not like. That Lois Lane took on a proactive role, the role of a strong woman that can help a man. He prefers the damsel in distress. He doesn't understand.
Right.
What happened to the Cowboys? What happened to John Wayne? You know, to be saved by a woman of all people. Mike's
old school.
True colors are showing. And by the way, I'm not even concerned over the fact that Mike may be giving spoilers here because I'm pretty sure he got it all wrong anyway. Nothing about this seems like it's screen accurate. A spaceship off the. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Let me go to Jim in Fargo. By the way, if you want to call the show this morning, 866-969-1969, 866-969-1969. Let's go to Jim in Fargo. What's up, Jim?
Hey, just wanted to say I watched
Not
Superman
made
movie.
for.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead, Jim. By the way,
Hey,
you know what the funniest thing about that was? I didn't know what it was. I just heard sounds, and I was kind of scared. And then I realized it's Mike Francesa. That's what he sounds like when he's talking. Sorry, go on, buddy.
Yeah, hey, I watched the Superman movie. I'm a big Marvel guy, and I like this. I typically like the superhero movies. Never really a big fan of Superman movies, but I watched it this weekend with my son.
I always like to go to whenever I find out that there's a new Marvel out. I always think that we should check that out. You know?
Yeah. This one was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Well,
it was really good.
What about Mike Francesa's take? He said too many robots. Superdog was no good, and Lois Lane was too strong.
Well, I thought the dog was going to be a little goofy. You know, watching the trailers, I was like, oh my god. But it actually turned out pretty funny. The dog character was actually pretty good in the way they used it.
Okay.
There was a scene where Superman was making supper for Lois Lane. That might have pissed him off.
He probably got it.
Supper.
Yeah, he probably got very furious about that. I mean, if you're meaning to tell me that throughout the process of courtship or any sort of relationship, that the man was making dinner for the woman. Yeah, Mike Francesa is sitting there going, making her dinner? What's he making her dinner for?
Yeah.
She's supposed to be falling off a building right now. He's supposed to catch her.
Yeah, that's where I almost walked away from it too. Couldn't believe it was happening. But,
For sure. Outrageous.
yeah.
Oh, but you enjoyed it.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, you got it.
I did. Yeah, I did. I thought it was good.
Okay. That's what I'm hearing. Thank you, Jim. That's what I'm hearing from most people. But then Mike Francesa shows up with this absolute vitriol, and I go, maybe I need to rethink my whole plan around this. I wasn't necessarily going to go see the Fantastic Fours, but maybe that's the one I should be focusing on. Or I Know What You Did Last Summer is coming out soon. Maybe I should skip Superman altogether, but then again, it does seem like most people who aren't Mike Francesa are like, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Which is what I'm kind of... Let's hear a little more from Mike. Maybe he's going to win me over.
Made for Lois Lane to be driving a spaceship to save Superman.
Right.
I'm like, what the heck am I watching here? The dog was a bigger hero than Superman was. Lois Lane was a much bigger hero. And Jimmy Olsen, who used to be an 18-year-old cub reporter with a brownie camera, he's basically dissing supermodels every weekend.
Dissing?
And,
Did he say dissing supermodels? Yeah. Does he know what that means? Does Jimmy Olsen insult supermodels in this film? That's what he said, right? Jimmy Olsen is dissing supermodels?
That's what it sounded like to me.
Well, the implication is that Jimmy's become such a stud that he thinks nothing of supermodels and feels free to diss them.
But is that what happens when you're very, very Mike, you've got a hell of a physique on you. You're more of a stud than I am, certainly. When you become a stud, do you start insulting women?
Oh, I go to Fashion Week in Milan and tell those bitches to kick rocks all the time.
Wow. Okay. All right. So maybe Mike is onto something
That's how I
here.
spend my weekends.
Yeah, I didn't know that dissing supermodels is dog, I'm so good looking, I diss supermodels. Because my response would be why, man? Why you diss the supermodels? So you don't think it's the fact that Mike Francesa doesn't know what dissing means?
No, get Mystery on the line. He'll settle the whole thing.
Of course, sometimes you have to diss them. You have to diss them to let them know who's in charge. That's all you get.
Blaze dissed his wife.
I think he did. I think you got to diss people. I guess Jimmy Olsen is dissing supermodels. Used to be this, and he's upset, because he doesn't want to say it, but he's like, Jimmy Olsen used to get bullied, and now he's insulting supermodels? I mean, come on. What world are we living in? John in Connecticut?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
This is a classic case of, Christopher Reeves is my Superman, and it's let me guess, you watched him in high school, right? That classic case, music's the best when I was in high school.
Yeah, 100%. They already figured out Superman when I was growing up, so I don't even understand why they're remaking it. And by the way, this version sucks. Jimmy Olsen runs around insulting supermodels all day.
And people forget the original movie was stupid. Lois Lane died, and he went back in time by reversing Earth's rotation. That's what he did. He's time travel is just reversing the Earth's orbit. It was the stupidest thing in the world.
Of course it was. Look, the original Superman is amazing for its time. But if you watch it now, of course, it's like a complete cheeseball fest.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. Did you see, John? Did you see the new one yet?
I haven't seen it, but it's really polarizing. I have friends who said they loved it, and then others are like, nah, not about it. So it's really one or the other. It's really a divided movie. That's
interesting. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, well, I didn't realize they had, reporters running around insulting supermodels. That's not the type of movie I want to go to.
I bet you like it.
You think so?
Yeah, because you don't mind if something evolves. Obviously, Mike has a problem with it.
Yeah, I'm really not attached to
the OG original. I has to stick to this.
No, because it exists like that. I never understand people that are There's no reason to do it again if you want it to be exactly like it used to be.
Right.
Like, I have no problem at all because in my mind, like, and I've talked about this with, like, legacy of athletes. You know, I think the only thing that, like, destroys a legacy is if, you know, let's say, like, the athlete at one point is known as a Heisman Trophy winner and then does, like, a double homicide. Like, that would probably ruin a legacy.
That tarnishes it.
Hypothetically. I don't know. But, like, athletes that play a season or two beyond their prime, that doesn't hurt a legacy at all. Because it doesn't take away from what was. Like, those seasons where those athletes are, like, the pinnacle of greatness exists forever. Like, there's no, once it's done, once things are done. There's no taking them away. And I feel the same way about these characters. It's like, for me, to remake a movie doesn't affect the original at all. I don't think you could remake a movie 1,000 times. There have been 1,000 different Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Some of them are fantastic. Some of them are like the worst things you've ever seen. The last Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that was like on Netflix, it was terrible. It was horrible. But it changes nothing about the movie from 1974. And if you want to watch the original, you just go back and watch the original. There have been so many Superman movies. There have been a ton of them. And some of them are all right. One of them's pretty good. It's, you know, the Christopher Reeve one. And some of them suck. But they don't, like, those remakes don't then change the original at all. So what people talk about with The Office. Like, at a point, to compare the American Office to the British Office, I mean, I get it when it's first coming out, but ultimately, it's like, it's two separate shows. One doesn't impact the other at all. Ricky's show still is there, and it's like 2 seasons and a special of some of the greatest TV ever made. And then there's the American Office that has, you know, infinity episodes, and they're also great. But I don't think one cancels out the other. Like, listen to the amount, Superman the movie came out in 1978, okay? And I don't think, you know, Mike is talking about, I think Mike is talking about George Reeves. I think Mike is talking about the 1948 version of Superman. But 1978. By the way, Superman 2 is a good sequel. Superman 3 and 4 are the worst. Superman 3 sucks. Superman 4 sucks. Superman Returns, not great. Man of Steel, I didn't enjoy. Like, none of these. The fact that, like, the original Superman has direct sequels that are terrible shows you how, like, you don't, the legacy of something doesn't change based on the movies that come after it. I mean, look at like, Friday the 13th. Jason, like, took a boat on the lake. Crystal Lake. He's in a lake, and somehow the lake opened up into the Hudson River that brought him into New York City. We watched Jason Takes Manhattan. We watched Jason go up into space. None of it takes away from the original Friday the 13th. The original Friday the 13th is great. And whether you think, like, some of the sequels are cheeseball or not, it doesn't change anything. So, yeah, you're right, Troy. Like, I even if I hated the new Superman, it would have literally zero impact on how I felt about it. And I don't love the original Superman. It's not one of my, it's good. It's fine. I remember watching it when I was a kid. It's a good movie. But, like, that's not one of my go-tos. I don't remember the last time I watched it.